Well, we all have a lot to do this spring, and out here at our studio garden we've been sprucing up the place, and in the background Keith Reed, our station superintendent out here at the OBGA, is leading the charge to repaint our studio barn, and we really think it's going to be nice and really appreciate all the work they're putting in on that for us. Well, some other things that need to be done right now are to start potting up some spring flowering bulbs. And I have right here some calla lilies that I held over during the winter time, and also some canna bulbs. Now remember, it's very worthwhile to pot these up and save them over through the winter time because they're pretty costly, and so you can eventually build yourself up a nice supply. Now these calla lilies were overwintered in peat moss, and I noticed that they were starting to bud out just a little bit about a week ago, and so I potted them up, and look how many roots were already getting out. But the one thing I want you to notice about calla lilies, and caladiums are essentially the same way, is that the roots come out right at the base of where that shoot is, essentially on top of the bulb. And so you want to make sure that when you plant them deep enough to account for that, and especially when you're watering, make sure you don't scour the surface because that can expose those roots and dry them out prematurely. Now the caladiums that we overwintered are showing us that it's time to pot them up. If you peel away this outer sheath of older leaves, you can take a look at the surface, and if you see the buds starting to peek out, you know you need to pot these up. Now the advantage to potting them up in early April and keeping them indoors and keeping them warm is that when it's time to plant them in early May, when our soils are warm enough to put them outside, you'll have the jump on your display of caladiums and calla lilies and other warm season bulbs because they'll already be up and leafed out. You can plant these directly into the soil in May once the soil warms up, but it's going to be a lag period of about 4 to 6 weeks before you really have a display. So this is just a reminder that's something you can do right now.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.